arm, bringing it underneath the left. So you want to try to put one elbow inside of the other, either back to back with the hands, or you can wrap them around again, let the fingertips touch your palm, and gently draw the shoulders up, or the elbows up, I should say. And then you'll feel that stretch right across your upper back, and just hold. A nice deep breath, 2. And 3. Good. Inhale as you exhale, let those elbows come down and untwist. And let's do the other side. So bring the elbows, the arms up. One elbow inside of the other, back to back with the hands, or wrap them around again and just draw those elbows upward and hold. Feel that stretch right through the upper back, shoulders, 2. And 3. Inhale as you exhale, let those elbows come down and gently untwist. Good. Arms by the side. Inhale, reach out and up and stretch. Clasp your hands together. Let the palms reach up. Exhale to one side. Inhale as you come up. Exhale over. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. Let's come back to center. Draw back slightly with the arms. Place the hands now on the back of your head. So you're going to open your elbows back. And we're going to lean to one side. You can do either direction. I'm actually leaning to my right. So I want you to inhale. As you exhale, you're going to lean and then release and put your hand onto the mat. So you might get enough of a stretch with having the hand onto the mat. Some of you will come down onto your elbow. If you come down, you want to keep that left or the opposite knee and hip to the mat. So you don't want it to pop up. Okay. Otherwise, stay up on the hand and then look up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, and as you exhale, just look forward and reach your arm over your head and stretch like you're reaching for the opposite wall. Feel your opposite hip pressing down into the floor as you reach out through the fingertips, and 2, and 3. Nice deep breath. 4, and 5. Good. And turn the palm upward. Inhale, reach as you come on up. Exhale, let your arm come down. Good. All right, we're going to switch the legs around so you can stretch them out for a moment, get some circulation back to your toes, and then go back into your cross-legged posture. I'm just going to fix my mic here for a moment. Just realized I had it back. There we go. Okay. So now from this position, let's clasp our hands together again, and let's switch how we clasp the hands together. So I'm right-handed. I naturally put my right thumb and finger right on top. I'm going to do the opposite now. I'm going to put my left thumb and finger on top. And then go ahead and reach out and come on up with the arms and stretch back. Good. Bring those hands to the back of your head, elbows open back. Inhale, as you exhale, lean to the opposite side. Go ahead and put your hand down onto the mat. Some of you will come down onto your elbow, look up towards the ceiling, and then inhale. And as you exhale, look forward and reach that arm out and just stretch. Try to keep the opposite hip towards the floor. And 2, nice deep breath. 3, and 4. Good. And turn the palm upward. Inhale, reach and come on up. Exhale, let your arm come down. All right, let's take the hands behind your back. You're going to clasp your hands together. Gently roll those shoulders back and stretch. Good. And relax. Now reach forward. Let your fingertips touch your shoulders. And we'll make some nice big circles. In and back and around. Good. Let's change direction. Rotate those shoulders. Good, and relax. Go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you. Rock your feet in and out. Bounce the knees a little bit and relax, especially if sitting for a period of time, if that's hard for your hips, just kind of rock those feet in and out, work the hip flexors. All right, come over onto the hands and knees and let's do a little more work now on our backs. So we've loosened up the neck and shoulders. If you want extra padding, feel free to use your blanket or a towel underneath your knees. And then just place your hands right underneath your shoulders, fingers spread wide so the palms are flat on the mat, knees hip distance. And we'll start with the cat and dog tail stretch. So you're going to tuck your chin in as you exhale. And round your back and your shoulders. And then arch your back and look up as you inhale. And I want you to move at your own pace. Exhale, tuck your chin in. Round your back and shoulders and stretch, and then arch your back, look up and inhale. Good. With your next exhale, let's bring the hips straight back to your heels. Forehead towards the mat. You're going to reach the arms all the way out in front of you. So nice stretch into your half tortoise and just hold for a moment. At the end of a long day, sitting all day in the chair or standing, if you stand at your computer, right? Doing this posture can help relieve some of that strain in your back. Good. We're going to do a downward dog. So I want your hands just a little bit wider than your shoulders, palms flat on the mat. Go ahead and come on up onto your hands and knees. Let your toes curl under. Lift your hips back. Good. And just bend your knees slightly. Keep lifting the hips towards the ceiling. And you can gently press back and stretch. You can do the runner stretch. Bend one knee. Push the opposite heel down to the mat. Alternate your legs. Good. Now bring the shoulders forward. Let your knees come down to the mat. And we'll stretch that back even more. We're going to sit towards the left heel and reach over to the right. And go ahead and stretch. Feel that right through your lower back, maybe through the shoulders, and just breathe. Nice deep breath. 2. And 3. And 4. One more breath. 5. Good. Come back up onto your hands and knees. Let's do the other side. So you're going to sit towards the left heel, reach over to the right, and stretch. And 2. 3. 4. And 5. Good. And come back up onto the hands and knees. All right, so let's do a variation on the cat and dog tail stretch. We're going to start with the left. I want you to bring your left knee and forehead towards each other in that direction as you round your back and exhale, and then extend that leg out behind you and look up as you inhale. We're going to do 5 on each side. So 2 and 3, 4, and one more, 5. Good, and then let's switch. So we're going to bring the right knee and forehead towards each other as you exhale. Extend that leg and inhale. That's 1. And 2. 3, 4, and 5. Good, and relax. Go ahead and let the knees come down to the mat. Let's bring the hips back to the heels one more time and relax. And you can even open and close your fists, your fingers a couple of times and stretch out your hands. Let's do some work on the hips. You're going to come up onto your hands and knees. Draw the right knee all the way up. Turn your heel in and stretch your left leg back even further. Okay, this is our pigeon or half pigeon pose. So you're going to look forward as you inhale. And then as you exhale, come on down. And you can rest your forehead right down onto your forearms. And just relax. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Good, and then bring your chest up, place your hands firmly on the mat. So we'll use the downward dog to transition between sides. If you don't want to do downward dogs, you can simply draw that right knee back and rest in a half tortoise. Downward dog, you're on the ball of that back foot. You're gonna lift and press your chest back towards your thighs and stretch. Good, and then let your shoulders come forward, knees come down to the mat, slide that left knee all the way up between your fingertips. You can turn the heel in, stretch your right leg back even further. Inhale as you look forward, and then exhale as you come on down. And just rest your forehead down onto your forearms. And take a few deep breaths here as well. The idea is to try to get comfortable and relaxed in the posture so you can go just a little further into that stretch. If any posture doesn't feel comfortable for you, you can always sort of come out of it a little bit or modify it. Good, and then bring your chest up, hands firmly on the mat. Go ahead and take it back into a downward dog again. I'm gonna slip my sweatshirt off here for a moment, a little bit warm. Good, and so we're gonna press back into the downward dog. Good, let the shoulders come forward, knees come down to the mat. Let's draw the hips back to your heels again and relax. And bring yourself up into a kneeling posture. All right, we're gonna do the split knee child's pose, which is gonna work on stretching the inner thigh muscles. If you have a hard floor, you'll use your blanket if you're using one to help you with this. And you're gonna open your knees as wide as you feel comfortable. I'm actually gonna open my blanket even wider because I have hard floors. Okay, so you're gonna open your knees as wide as you feel comfortable and sit back on your heels. And then from here, come forward and let's start by just being on the elbows, on the forearms, and just see how that feels. All right. If you feel like you can go a little further in the pose, you can bring your forehead down to your forearms. And if you want to go even further, so I'm giving you variations. If you want to take it one step further, you can bring your hips forward. See how before I was sitting on the heels? And now I'm going to come forward. And this does put some pressure on the knees, so be just so, conscious of that and careful of that. But coming forward is even more of a stretch. It's kind of along the lines of the splits. But not nearly as difficult as the splits. And you get to control how deep you're going to go in this one, just so you feel that stretch in the inner thighs, the groin area. All right, we're going to use the elbows, the hands to bring you back. If you did bring your hips forward. Okay, so now you're back onto your heels, and then just help your knees in. Good. And then just kneel for a moment. Let's see where we're at. 9:22. Okay. Since I got you on a seated posture anyway, let's do another pose that's good for stretching out the knees and the hips. And this is called the supine warrior. So there's a couple of variations. If you are using a pillow or blanket, you can fold, or a towel, you can fold it up, something like this. Okay. And if not, you can use your hands to support you. I'm going to show you how to do this. What you're going to do is you're going to have your knees together like this, and I'm opening my feet apart. And then I'm going to sit back. Now you can have your hands here for balance or support. If you're using a pillow or blanket, you just put that between your hips and you sit on it. But you can see that my heel is next to my thigh. So it's like the feet are out to the sides. I'm not sitting on the feet, and I don't want you to turn your ankle like this, right? I don't want the foot out to the side. I want the toes pointing back. All right, so that's the first variation. And then you can take it step by step. So you can lean back a little bit, see if that gives you a stretch, okay, right across upper thighs. If you're not feeling much of a stretch, you might not need your blanket. It just depends on your alignment, on your hips, right? Some of you might be able to sit down onto the floor. So your seat would go all the way down with the heels by your hips. It's a big stretch for the knees. If you want to increase the stretch, you can lean back. You might even be able to get down onto your elbows. The full variation, you actually lie all the way down onto your back. Okay, so that's another variation. All right, so now we got to get out of this posture. So use your hands to help you. Come back up onto your knees. Go ahead and tuck those feet under. If you were using a blanket, you can remove that blanket and just set it off to the side. And then we'll just do a little child's pose. Either the forehead to the mat with your arms resting by your side, or put one arm on top of the other and put your forehead on your forearms. And just rock your hips a little bit from side to side. Good, and then you can go ahead and bring yourself up into a kneeling posture. Let's do a few more floor exercises. We'll kind of mix it up today. We'll do more floor, and then we'll do some standing postures before we go on to our backs at the end. Okay, so what I'm gonna have you do is come over to a seated posture. Go ahead and stretch your legs out in front of you. And again, you can rock your feet in and out a few times. It feels comfortable for you. Okay, so I'm going to have you take your heel. I'm using my right heel, tuck it in, and then the left leg out to the side. You can do either side, just have one heel tucked in and the other leg out to the side. Okay, now I'm going to reach over to the bent leg with the opposite hand, and this will keep your chest facing forward. Reach up, inhale and stretch. Exhale as you reach out towards the opposite wall. Some of you might be able to reach your toes. It doesn't matter if you can reach the toes or not. I just want you stretching out towards the wall. Nice deep breath. Relax all along that opposite side. And 3, and 4, and 5. Good. Just imagine with each breath, your body kind of relaxes and opens up into the stretch. Inhale as you come on up. Exhale as you let your arm come down. Let's switch over. So we're going to tuck the heel in, opposite leg out to the side. Reach over with the opposite hand to your bent leg. Inhale as you reach up, and exhale as you stretch all the way out. Good. And breathe. 2. Notice where you're feeling that stretch. 3. See if you can relax into it. 4. and 5. Good. Inhale as you reach and come on up. Exhale, let your arm come down. Good. All right, let's open both legs out. So in this posture, you want to sit up really nice and tall in the posture. If you find that you fall back just a little bit, just because of the alignment of the hips or lower back, that's okay. Just use your blanket. Sit on your pillow or towel or blanket and raise your hips up. And that's going to help you to sit up nice and tall. Go ahead and lean forward. And you can move from side to side or stretch over one leg and over to the other leg. I find that moving a little bit from side to side can help in this stretch. Otherwise, it's a pretty tight stretch. And I want you to keep your jaw relaxed, your shoulders relaxed. Good. Back and forth. And go ahead and bring yourself up. Let's help those feet in. Bring the soles of the feet together and bounce your knees. So if you think of your Hatha Yoga, the exercise, as just like a daily maintenance, you can, even if you just did 15 minutes a day, it's going to help you to feel better, because we sit or stand for long periods of time. Some of us, if we're at our computers working, all of us are working remotely. Doing this Hatha Yoga is just helping the circulation in the body. It's helping to relieve tension and tight muscles. And then obviously over a long period of time, you can get repetitive stress injuries, right? Where you're holding your body in a certain way or using it in a certain way over and over and over again for a long period of time. And we want to sort of interrupt that, right? Or counter that by doing some of this exercise. So go ahead and lean forward. So all of these sessions I'm recording, I do put on a YouTube channel that I have, which is the Candace Rose Yoga. So if you just go on YouTube and type in Candace Rose Yoga, you can find all these classes. So you can do a little bit at home or on your own. All right, go ahead and bring your chest up. Help those knees in, stretch forward, rock your feet in and out. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a great one for the buttocks, the hips, the lower back. And you have two variations. So the half variation is, let's keep one leg straight and you cross the other leg over like this. So the foot goes behind you and you just lean forward. If you want to do the full variation, same thing, cross the leg over and then take your bottom leg and tuck it back. So you've got the feet going back. You've got one knee on top of the other. It's okay if the knees aren't completely lined up. That's fine. You're still going to get a really good stretch. Sit up nice and tall. Inhale, and as you exhale, just lean forward. And take a nice deep breath and relax, right? Approaching your yoga with a sense of relaxation, gently moving into the postures, allowing your body to open up. You'll actually move more quickly or stretch more quickly into the postures than if you force it, right? Or you push or make it happen, which is a great analogy for life, right? Good. Go ahead and bring yourself up and undo those legs. Let's do the same thing on the other side. So the bottom leg is straight. Cross your top leg over. Some of you are going to do the half variation where you keep the bottom leg straight, or you can tuck it under. Okay, sit up nice and tall. Inhale. As you exhale, lean forward. Stretch. Nice deep breath. Good, and bring yourself back up. Undo the legs, stretch them out in front of you, and rock your feet in and out. All right, we're gonna come to a standing posture and do some standing poses. You can either bend your knees, come onto your hands and knees and stand up, or you can cross your feet, put your hands on the mat to help you, and press yourself up into a standing pose. Okay. All right, from our standing posture, let's have the feet about hip distance, hands on the hips to begin. Knees are soft or relaxed. Inhale, as you exhale, go ahead and fold forward into your stretch and just let your arms hang, let your head hang. Soften the knees, sway a little bit gently from side to side. Let go of all the tension down the spine. Feel that good stretch on the back of your legs. Bend your knees, reach to the floor in front of you, and come right down into your squat. Good. And then back into that front bend. And back down to your squat. Good. Front bend again. Bring your chest up, hands to your hips. Inhale as you come on up. Let's support the back. So you're going to soften your knees, lift through the chest, gently lean back. Good. And then back to center. So we stretch forward, we lean back. We're going to go side to side now. So let's bring your feet closer to each other, either touching or slightly apart, arms slightly out to the side. So you're in your mountain pose. Good. Inhale, reach out and up and stretch. Let your fingertips touch. Reach to the ceiling. Exhale as you lean to one side. Push out on that opposite hip. Inhale as you come up. Exhale over. So right into your half moon. Inhale as you come up. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And come right back to center. Inhale. As you exhale, let's fold into your front bend. Hands on the legs. Draw the chest forward. Stretch out your back. Exhale as you fold into your front bend. Inhale, reach and come all the way up. Nice stretch. Exhale, bring your hands back to your heart. Inhale, reach up. Exhale as you fold. Draw the chest forward. Inhale. And exhale. Reach and come on up. And back to the heart. Good. Inhale. Exhale as you fold. Draw the chest forward. Inhale. And exhale. Reach and come on up. And back to the heart. Let's do one more. Good, and right back to the heart. And just pause for a moment. Okay, and relax. Feet about hip distance. We're going to do our tree posture today to balance. You can start on either leg. Shift your weight to one leg or the other. Hips are forward. Turn your knee to the side. So you can balance with your toes on the mat the whole time, or you could bring that foot right above your ankle, or help that foot and bring it right up above the knee. You have to press the thigh and foot together to keep it there. And then you can bring your hands to your heart. You need to find a spot to stare at. If you like to raise your hands over your head, feel free to do that. Breathe. Good, and let's come down on that side. We'll switch over to the other side. So hips forward, knee to the side. Again, find your spot to focus on. And then when you feel like you've got some balance, you can decide where you want to place that foot. Take your time. Let your hands come to your heart or reach your arms above your head. And soften your gaze, relax your breath. Good, and relax. Go ahead and come down on that side. All right, feet about hip distance. Hang down into your front bend and relax. Come down into your squat. Good, and then from here, we're gonna come on down to the floor. All right, go ahead and stretch your legs out. All right, so we are going to go onto our backs now. If you want extra padding, you can go ahead and stretch your blanket or towel all the way out. And then go ahead and come on down onto your back. And you can draw your knees up into your chest and relax. Clasp your hands across your legs and rock a little bit from left to right, side to side. Let go of all that tension down your spine. Inhale and exhale deeply. Do one more stretch for your hips. Place the feet down on the mat, hip distance apart. Take your right ankle, lay it across your left knee. All right, then let both legs come into the chest. And from the front, you're going to take your right hand, put it through the legs, and you can clasp your hands together across the top of your left shin or behind your left thigh, whatever feels comfortable for you. Draw that leg in, and you'll feel that stretch along your right hip and buttock. If it feels good to rock a little bit from side to side, you can add that in. Good, let's undo the legs. We'll do the other side. So lay the left ankle across your right knee. Go ahead and draw the legs in, and your left hand goes through the legs. You're holding onto that right leg and drawing it in. Feel that stretch through your left hip and buttock. If it feels good to rock a little bit from side to side, you can do that. Good, and relax. Go ahead and stretch your legs all the way down onto the mat, onto the floor. Rock your feet in and out a couple of times and just relax. Let those feet fall out to the sides. Let your arms rest by your sides and close your eyes softly and take a nice deep breath. And just allow the floor to support your body. Inhale and exhale deeply. Let go of any tension through the face, around your eyes. Relax through your jaw. Relax all the way down through the neck and shoulders, down the arms to your fingertips, letting go of all that tension. From your fingers, relax back up through the arms to your shoulders. Relax your upper back, your chest and lungs, your heart center, down through the abdomen, through your lower back. Relax your hips, all the way down the legs to your feet and your toes. And now just focus on your breath, just like at the beginning of the class. I want you to count to yourself the length of your inhale, count again the length of your exhale. See if you can even out your breath. And relax again through your toes, your feet, lower legs, knees and upper legs. Relax through the hips, your abdomen, your lower back. Relax up through the abdomen, the heart center, your upper back, chest and lungs, shoulders. Relax down the arms to your fingertips and back up through the shoulders. Relax through the neck, through the face, all the way up through the top of your head. And now slowly start to bring your awareness back just by moving your fingers and your toes. And then when you feel ready, you can draw the knees up into your chest. And you can roll to your side and just rest on your side for a moment. And then when you feel ready, you can come on up to a comfortable seated posture. Good. All right. So this will end the Hatha Yoga part of our class. Just bringing the hands to the heart for a moment. Namaste. All right. Have a wonderful day. Keep breathing and focusing on that breath throughout the day. Those of you that want to stay and do some of the pranayama and sit for 10 or so minutes, maybe a little bit longer for a meditation, feel free to do that. All right. All right. So those of you that are gonna have a folded blanket or towel or pillow underneath. You can also do this sitting in a chair. I actually am going to make my blanket really thick today. My one hip feels a little bit tight. It's just too much sitting yesterday. Too many Zoom meetings yesterday. I'm sure you all can relate. So I'm going to make my pillow thick or my blanket thick. What that does is it raises my hips up higher and it makes it easier for me to sit. So you can kind of experiment with what feels comfortable for you. If you do sit in a chair, I still recommend putting something under your hips to raise you up a little bit. And you do want to sit to where, if you're in a chair, so that your feet can be on something, right? Either on a pillow or something or on the floor. All right, so I like to start with the alternate nostril breath. That is one of the fastest, easiest ways to get into a quiet meditative space because you're opening up the channels of air through both nostrils. The air flows to the brain and it just brings you into a relaxed state. So the easiest way to go through this is just to simply close your eyes and I'll walk you through it. So your thumb is going to close off the right nostril and then the inside of your ring finger. So I'm tucking my first two fingers in. The inside of my ring finger will close the left nostril. So let's inhale through both nostrils. Close the left one with your finger and exhale through the right nostril. And now close the right one with your thumb and inhale through the left. Close the left one, exhale right. Good. Close that right nostril with your thumb, inhale through the left. Exhale right. Inhale left. And now exhale through that left nostril. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. Exhale left. Inhale right. And let your hand come down and exhale and inhale evenly through both nostrils. And just notice how that feels. Sometimes if I'm congested, I have to blow my nose a little bit after doing that exercise, but it should feel like your breath is a little bit deeper, a little bit easier. All right, to take us into a meditation, let's just start with the even breath, a Matrika Pranayama, and counting the length of your inhale, counting the length of your exhale, allowing your breath to slow down and deepen. And if at some point you want to let go of the counting, you could use a little mantra, the so and the hum. As you inhale, you think the sound so. And as you exhale, you think the sound hum. Okay, whatever technique works best for you. When your thoughts arise in your mind, imagine that they're just like clouds passing by in the sky. You're going to let them go. Come back over and over and over again to your breath.
Have a really nice day. Bye, Gita.